One impact that kind of surprised us here when we did get moved in and we made plans for our open house is the excitement that this makes or creates, not only for our employees, for myself, but also for the people in the community. We really didn't see that coming, I guess. We were somewhat surprised by that. But our employees are really excited about what's going on here. They have a higher level of enthusiasm. They want to make things work. It's obvious to me that that's what's going on. They are excited about it. We've had people come from the community that were excited for us to build a new building. I would like to mention just how helpful Paul Binkley was in the entire TFC staff in our planning and in our actual getting ready as we moved in. As you know, we opened our store on March 1, and getting a store ready and moving right before spring is a pretty tall order for anyone. And we could not have done it if Paul had not been here with his help, and TFC and all the buyers and the support staff that they gave us. Everything came together in the manner that you would really like it to be. As we talk about that, it's just so important as you plan for something like this that you go out and look at various businesses that may not have anything to do with agriculture but about retail. I know Paul and myself and several others, Jill, Mr. Brewster back then, we went to various buildings and businesses and looked at floors, looked at lighting, looked at parking, looked at how the building was made, and just got a lot of ideas before we actually made decisions on our own. And the board's decision to build this new store certainly is not a light decision in their regard. This board through the years, and many of those members have been on the board for many years, have made these decisions before. We have merged with various co-ops over the years. We have created a dairy department, which is new in the co-op system. That was a big step for our board, but they saw the vision and the need in this valley for that for our customers. And they certainly had a vision for that. We worked together in making that happen. This building is no different. They've had a long-standing commitment of doing what's right, doing what's best for the future, and looking to the future to make it pay off for people down the road, for industry down. No, cut that. Current staffing at the new store as compared to the old store, we certainly added new employees, both part-time and full-time, to handle the demands that we now have. In our showroom, we now have 10 employees as compared to 5 at our old store, but this does include additional part-time employees. In our Mr. Tire department, we have a total of 15 employees, which is both sales staff and technicians. This is an increase of 9, but this is to the walk-in traffic, as we measure it in 3 months that we've been open now. The number of tickets has increased about 70% in our display room as compared to our old store. And this is certainly what we were after, and our challenge is to make sure that goes that we keep that number up as we go forward. As far as our employees go and our demand staff-wise, we have increased our employees obviously to meet the demands here, both as far as our customer walk-in and our times. Our schedules have certainly changed. Some of the main differences between our old building and the new building, first of all, the size of the building. Our previous building was 44,000 square feet. Just 3,000 of that was dedicated to retail space. Our new building is 92,000 square feet. 40,000 of that is the warehouse, 22,000 of that is retail space, and then 18,000 of that is dedicated for Mr. Tire. So we are getting used to our surroundings. That's a challenge for our staff because in our old building we were pretty much shoulder to shoulder as far as communicating on our staff basis, but now we're spread out, and that has been a challenge to us. So our first consideration when we came to this property, and I think it is the most important decision, is location. The building is set up from the road, so it is easily visible coming and going down the 4-lane. We did decide, based on Paul's information that he had, to put a digital sign up on that 4-lane. It's a 2-sided sign. You can see it on the north side and the south side. And yes, it is expensive. The cost involved was about $30,000, but I think long term it will pay off. And experience has shown us already when we do put a new product or a new informational message on that sign, we do realize the impact of that just very soon afterwards. So I think our location will help us greatly. and I think it's one of the very basic decisions that you have to make in considering a new building. The tire shop itself, or Mr. Tire, was a success for us in our old building, and it grew to a point where we really had to grow and expand if we were going to keep enhancing our business. Our old building did have 4 car bays and 2 construction or tire bays, and now we have a total of 13 bays. Yes, that is a big expansion, and it was a big demand on Jimmy and his staff. The day we moved in, our sales increased 50% on the first day and have pretty much stayed on that rate since then. And it's almost been too many. Why would we want to move from a store that we'd been in since the 80s, and why would we want to build a new store since we have other stores, other locations already, and why would we want to move out of that one into a new one? And that was put to the board and management several years ago. And we did do some changes at our other stores at Loudon, and then we made a change at Roan, which was really the initial approach or idea of what we would do here. We tested some product mixes, some layouts. We applied them at Roan, and really wanted to see how that would work before we did it at Athens, and that's what we did. After being in the Roan store for a couple of years, we came up with the opportunity to buy the property of which we now reside in, and of course do the building project. We did have the full support of the board, which was certainly an advantage for us. We all saw eye to eye on what we wanted to do. We had really restricted ourselves size-wise at our previous location. We had 3,000 square feet